Odin is just one person with disabilities among millions. Life is full of really, really beautiful things, and it shouldn't be limited to someone just because of a disability.
From trauma to transformation, from silence to symphonies, this is the story of Frost, a family where healing sounds like music and love speaks louder than fear.
Tim, Deanda, and Odin don't just perform together. They live courageously, showing the world what it really means to hope, to create, and to care for someone with autism.
Their son Odin will change the way you see disability. Their story will change the way you see family.
What are the challenges your family has faced raising a nonverbal child who is on the spectrum and also has cerebral palsy?
The biggest challenges we face is just people not understanding, people not accepting our family.
You guys talk a lot about chosen family. Who are they? How did you find them?
That's my brother, that's my sister. That's literally just somebody who's come in and met me where I'm at. Our family has felt so alone in so many different seasons of our life. We watched a video probably 2006 or so, and Carly Fleischman changed the whole way. We said, man, we want to try our best to include you in these conversations.
Why does inclusion matter to you?
Because...
Hey friends, I'm so excited to invite you to the Inclusion Matters podcast. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. A way for us to grow, spread our message, and make sure no one gets left behind. By subscribing, you're not just listening, you're part of something bigger. Together, we're changing the world. I promise to keep improving my communication every day, to bring amazing guests who will help us see life in new ways, and most of all, I promise to have fun. Thank you for believing in me and in us. Let's do this together.
Hey friends, it's Clara. Just a quick note, if you hear some silent parts in the podcast, it's because I'm using my AAC tablet to find the right words. It takes a little time. And to be honest, we don't have the funds right now for a fancy editor to cut everything perfectly. So, thanks for sticking with us and for listening.
Hey folks, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Inclusion Matters podcast. We are your hosts, Aiden Boyer and Clara Woods. And we are on episode 4 today. And our guests today are people that I have been fans of for quite a few years now. I love checking out their page and hearing about their story and watching all their amazing content. There's a lot of great things to unpack here and a lot of fun stories to tell. So we're really, really excited to have the Frost family on with us, starting with Tim. How's it going, Tim? Tim, can you hear me?
I hear you now. Yeah.
Okay.
It went out for a second. I thought it was my headphones. I unplugged them and plugged it back in. Well, yeah.
No problem. We're definitely troubleshooting this whole Zoom situation, but we got it figured out.
Okay, cool.
It is such an honor to meet you and the Frost family. I've been huge fans of you guys for the past few years, and I really, really love your guys' content. It's really beautiful and inspiring and uplifting, and it gives me hope for the future.
So, thank you so much, man.
Of course. All right, so allow us to introduce ourselves, starting with the homie of homies right here.
Hi, my name is Clara Woods. I had a perinatal stroke. I'm 18 years old. I'm an artist, an entrepreneur, and a game changer.
Game changer.
Yes, absolutely. We believe that 100%.
Amazing. I might steal that line from you there. If that's all right with you. Is that okay? Okay, cool. Sorry, thank you. Just make sure. Hey there. My name's Aiden Boyer. I'm 24. I am on the autism spectrum. I was diagnosed at a very early age and received years of intensive therapy growing up, and I'm now a professional touring musician and singer-songwriter. And I love talking about music and autism advocacy, and nice. I'm a game changer.
Yes.
I suppose you can say that confidently. I can't say that confidently, but yeah, we got a lot of great stuff that we're going to cover today. I'm so excited to delve into the details of so many different things regarding family, music, in general. There's a lot of amazing stuff here, and I highly recommend. So, Clara, you want to kick us off? All right, what you got for us? We came prepared. We got a lot of questions.
So I'm great. Yeah.
All right.
What are the challenges your family has faced raising a nonverbal child who is on the spectrum and also has cerebral palsy?
Sorry, the audio. I'm not hearing the audio anymore.
Can you hear us?
Okay, I can. Yeah, okay, I can hear you. It's real reverbed.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So,
Yeah, could you play the question one more time?
What are the challenges your family has faced raising a nonverbal child who is on the spectrum and also has cerebral palsy?
I think the biggest challenges we face is just people not understanding. That's where a lot of like confusion from being out in public, or like people being mean, or just people not accepting of our family. Is just mostly the unawareness of the unacceptance is coming from them not understanding what's going on, and so I think some of that is, as being a father, I want to kind of protect and like bow up a little bit. But I think what I've learned over the years is education and kindness is the best answer to that. And we try our best to deflect that by educating and telling what autism is, and saying why Odin does stimming sounds, or doesn't speak in the same language that typical people do. And for the most part, when you educate in kindness, it comes off, there's a reciprocal give and take, and you can actually make change when you educate in kindness rather than get mad and try to start arguments, stuff like that. So that's one of the biggest challenges, is letting people know and letting Odin feel included in every single aspect of our life, whether it's in public, at home, or online, or wherever. So
yeah, perfect. If someone asked me that sort of thing, I would probably respond the exact same way. An overwhelming majority, it's already one thing to, in my eyes, it's already one thing to be dealing with, the struggles of the disability itself. But when you add the layer of society, constantly misunderstanding and not being so nice about it, and that just makes things twice as hard. And so it's definitely, a huge thing. Like it's all about quality of life. And the biggest contributor to quality of life is the people you're surrounded by, I think.
True.
I talk about
community.
This. Yeah, it's all about community. That's why I love you guys. I feel like we have very similar missions. I talk about
That's awesome.
how it impacted me growing up big time, because when I was very young, I was pretty severely bullied in the public school system. And then I went to a performing arts high school, and that's where my life just dramatically changed, and I began to flourish.
That's cool.
Because the bullying stopped. And I attribute so much to that. So in that way, I totally love that. I relate.
That's cool.
Big time. Great stuff. Game changers. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
So, okay. Speaking of, who you surround yourself with, in a lot of your guys' posts, I see that you guys talk a lot about chosen family, the concept of chosen family. And that could have a lot of different, definitions to a lot of people. But I'm very, very curious, because as someone on the spectrum, it's been a challenge, and it's been really, really difficult to find a sense of a chosen family, to find a sense of community in so many places. I still, almost everywhere I go, feel like I'm being left out in still so many ways. So I'm curious about the people in your guys' chosen family. Who are they, and how did you find them, or how did they find you?
Yeah. So like chosen family has always been something for me. Like when I was a kid, I won't go all into it, but I grew up on the streets. I was homeless from age like 13 till I met my wife, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so when I say that's my brother, that's my sister, that's literally just somebody who's come in and met me where I'm at. And so that's how we are with Odin. It's like we kind of judge I mean, we shouldn't judge people, but we judge people on how they react and how they interact with Odin.
Yeah.
And we've lived in the same town. I've lived here since I was maybe 15. And so Odin's lived in the same house his entire life. He's 22, lived here in this. And so our town's not that big, you know, and so what we try to do is be in the community as much as possible. Like we've already gone to the coffee shop 2 times today, you know, and so every single time,
man. That's the best place to be. I'm always there.
Yes. It's great. He loves coffee. And then and with that too, like how we always tell people, it's okay to greet Odin and to interact. And so with that, we see how people interact with Odin, and different stages of our life have brought different communities. Like my wife was a school teacher for 8 years, and you know, some of her students, they really attached to Odin. Like, can we babysit Odin? This is when he's, you know, a little kid, and a lot of like 3 or 4 of those people, now they're adults. They have become part of our family. Like one of her students actually became Odin's caregiver for about 5 years. And so we call him brother, and that it's Odin's brother. Like they hang out, they make music together. Another student, him and his wife became Odin's godparents, you know, and it's just like, that's how, like, it's wherever we are in our phase of life. It's like usually like when we meet new community, like we have a community right now, and like they know how difficult it is. Like we don't do restaurants. Odin is not a big fan of going out to eat in loud restaurants, and so they's like, well, everyone has to eat. Let's make Sundays our family dinner night. Yeah. So every Sunday they come to our house. Last night was great. We had cereal. It was we call it the cereal bar. Everyone brought a different cereal.
Oh my God. That sounds like a dream come true for me. I'm addicted to cereal. So that's great.
Yeah. I think there was like 7 or 8 boxes. And I made what I called the Super Bowl. I put every single one in one bowl and just went for it. Those people,
sorry to interrupt, but I have to say, if we're ever in Tyler, right? You're in Tyler, Texas.
Yes.
If we're ever in Tyler, and Clara and I find ourselves over there, instead of cereal, you know the food that he's got to put out, right? Yeah, ice cream. Because Clara is like a diehard ice cream fan.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah, all
right.
I'm actually going to be in the area within a few months, so I'll let you know. But
nice.
but if she,
yes, come on,
yeah, come on, bring on the ice cream, bring on the,
come on,
amazing. Anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just had to throw it out there.
No, yeah, that's great. See, with Odin, that's the one food he won't eat is ice cream. He does not like ice cream. He didn't like how cold it is. I know. He will eat ice cream flavored things, like ice cream flavored cookies or whatever. But yeah, but talking about chosen fam, like the chosen family we have now, honestly, it came from. I won't say like we manifested it, because my wife is like, I need some new girlfriends. I need some girlfriends who understand what we're doing, and I think it's only been for the community that we have right now, our tight knit family dinner. I met the husband at the coffee shop. You know, we hit it off, and his wife is really sweet. We met Brittany through a mutual friend. And so these are all chosen aunties and uncles for Odin.
Yeah.
And what's great, you know, we all come together, and usually he does not, like when somebody comes over that it's new, he's like, I'm sticking to my room, and now yeah. But the great thing is having somebody come over every single week. Like Odin is like, he feels energy more than any human that we know. And he feels like it's a mutual respect of our friends and him. And so it's been this really beautiful, like he's opened up, and like he shows us things that he doesn't show everyone else. And now he's starting to show his chosen family. So I think that we just try our best to have a safe and loving family of our people of chosen family all around us in most of our life.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. I love it. Well, I think that Clara and I are definitely chosen family, come to think about it.
Yes.
Do we resemble each other? Do we look like siblings?
Yeah, I think y'all could be a little
bit, more or less, somewhat. And yeah, no, I mean, I've definitely found so many, aspects of my chosen family in so many parts of my life. And I just try to surround myself with that, and a lot of that chosen family of mine is up in LA, so
Nice.
I'm commuting up there all the time, and
Yes.
my goal is to ultimately move there at some point. And
That's awesome.
yeah, although it's not like a tight knit, small town feel like Tyler is. I found that when I've gone to a place like Ashland, Oregon. I guess I have family there. It's like not like absolutely just tiny, like one stoplight, but it's not like huge metropolis.
Yeah.
It's like it's the perfect medium where you can find a community. So it's great.
Yeah, I think it is harder in bigger cities too. Like we have a bunch of chosen family in like Southern California and in LA, and they were telling me like, yeah, like, have you seen Ryan? Like, no, I haven't seen him in like about a year. I was like, go live like in the same state, like. But he's like, yeah, it's just harder because I'm like from one side of California to the other, it's like 2 hours. It's like. Well,
it depends on what side you're talking about. If you're talking from southern to northern, that's like 6 hours. But
yeah,
you would understand as someone in Texas. But yeah, amazing. All right, what you got? More questions? Judging by these icons on here, I feel like a bunch of these are about chosen family.
Okay.
Okay. No, I guess not. Okay, she said that. So.
How has art and music been instrumental in helping with expression for you and for Odin?
Oh, it's been our language since I was a kid, and like when I was a kid, I learned how to play guitar when I was about 6 years old, and there was a lot of trauma and a lot of really sad things in my childhood, and so I would just play guitar for like 6 or 7 hours a day, and that unknowingly was how I was kind of dealing with those emotions, and then all of that growing up, like I started making music with my wife before Odin was even born. We were making music together, and with us making music, that was our language of me speaking out and being just kind of like my insides coming out. Yeah. And so, and of course, so when we have Odin, since he was a baby, like rhythms, anything that's like slightly instrumental, he's been drawn to. Like it'd be like the washing machine. He would just rock back and forth to the rhythm of the washing machine. And the Beatles have been like our saving grace since he was a kid. Like that's the first music he ever listened to that he stopped crying to, like that first music that ever soothed him. And then as he started growing up, we realized like, oh, he has kind of a knack for this. Like we are studio musicians. We do a lot of like commercial and TV work and just always in the studio. And so like the first time I really, really noticed that he was probably 9 or 10 years old. And I had my keyboard sitting here in the studio, and me and my wife were in the kitchen, and we heard this like pretty sweet lead on the synth. I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. Like, what is this? And so I peeked around the corner and I saw Odin like messing with the keys, and he's like, pretend like he didn't do anything. He's like, I said, did you just? And no, he was so shy about it. And I was like, I think you just made something, and he wouldn't show us in front of our face or whatever. So what I did, I got. I got sneaky with it, and so like everything's digital. So anytime he would record something, or anytime he would play on the piano or on the synth, I would have it recorded into my computer. And he was really into like video game sounds, so we made like synthesizers out of Segas and Nintendos and all of these like 8-bit sounds. And I think for like 6 months, I was letting him do like just kind of mess around with it, whether it's drum beats or lead lines or bass lines. And so since when I had enough, I would quantize those and then turn them into songs. And then when I showed him, he was like, the heck, that's my song. Like that's my stuff, whatever. So he was really into it. And so we spent a few months going through and like, he helped me. Like, I was like, do you like this? And he'd be like, nah, I don't like that. Like, okay, all right. And so we went through and like placed and made probably 15 songs. Yeah. When he was 10 years old. And so we had this whole album of, fun, we'll call it chiptunes music.
Yeah. Oh, so good. I listened to a bunch of it actually.
Awesome.
I really love the sounds. And there's a lot of great aspects of music theory in there, and I'm curious. Like I would love to ask Odin like himself, but in the meantime, I'll be like, what's what degree of knowledge of music theory do you guys have?
I grew up with nothing. I never took lessons on anything. Basically, I think Odin's the same way as I am. If he hears something, he knows how to like find that sound on the keyboard. I know he was listening to a lot of Chili Peppers, and he was doing the "Can't Stop" bass line on the synth. I was like, wait a minute, that's the you're listening to the Chili Peppers.
He was just kind of feeling his way through it and using it by ear. I'm very curious because I think I'm like that in a lot of ways too, but I'm also classically trained. I grew up doing classical piano and classical piano competitions and stuff like that.
I just got hooked on you, man. I'm late to the game, but I'm glad I'm here. We just I was like, man, I guess I'd been spelling your name wrong, and I finally found you today, and I was like, oh my god, there he is. And we watched the audition for American Idol. Yeah, and then today there's a song. What was it? We just put it on our playlist. I think it was Assurance.
Oh, I just released that this past Friday.
Yeah, we just put it on the playlist today. I was like, man, this is great.
I'm curious to hear if it will jam.
Oh, it jams.
I'm glad. I'm so glad, man. Oh, this is so awesome, man. I love that. When I did Idol, this wasn't showed, but Fritz Hager, who was from Tyler, was on the season before me. And, And he they put me in like a dark room, and then boom, all of a sudden he showed up, and we were doing a Zoom meeting, and I'm like, oh, hey Fritz, how's it going, man?
That's awesome.
It was pretty awesome. Yeah.
The funny thing about Fritz is his dad is the one who he's the I guess a pastor that runs like the coffee shop that we go to. It's owned by a church, and so we see them up there all the time. So it's kind of funny.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. I love that. I love these connections. I love how the music's in there. Yeah, no, it's been an amazing journey. And it's been an amazing journey for both of us too. I mean, you've like traveled all over the world with you had a whole bunch of security guards at one point. Wait, security guard? Wait, what was it? Was that it in Miami, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. How'd you feel during that moment?
Wait,
it's pretty good. Amazing. Yeah, I love that, man. That's so great. I'm so nerdy about the music aspect and just feeling out everything and the sense of production. It's so cool, man. So cool. So yeah, no, it's so amazing to hear all of that. And I'm so glad that I got to listen to that. So while we're on the, I do have a couple questions that maybe are a bit more selfish to me, and just in terms of like the music world.
Absolutely.
But I'll probably wait on those a little bit. We can talk more about some other things yet.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Sweet. And also your guys' family reminds me so much of my own in a lot of ways, because I'm also an only child on the spectrum. My parents are still together and are still like madly in love with each other. And
awesome.
Night. I've lived in the same house since I was three years old. And, and so I have that, sense of home, too, a very, very similar kind of thing, just trying to create my own environment. I do feel like, my relationship with my parents has dramatically changed over the years, especially over the last few years, because I went away to college. My college was interrupted by, and to put it in perspective, I'm not much older than Odin. I'm 24. So I went to college and that was interrupted by COVID. And so then I ended up going back home. And so I never really, and I'm still at home with my folks at the moment.
Yeah.
With the goal to move to LA. So, and in many ways, I feel like one thing that I'm really trying to navigate now in the present is just my ever so changing relationship with my parents. And I'm sure, Clara, you probably feel that too to some degree because, you graduated high school just recently. So I completely understand that. I'm curious, well, how has, definitely relay this to Odin afterwards. I'm curious what his
of course
response would be, but how has your guys' relationship with each other as far as like you and Deanda and Odin changed over time?
I think, obviously when Odin was first diagnosed, we didn't really understand, this was 2005-ish, and we didn't really know.
So different.
Yeah, we didn't really know a lot about autism. Instagram really didn't exist. Like, we didn't have like a platform. We weren't even like, we were just kind of like just going with the flow. And I think when he was really young, we just thought, oh, he doesn't understand what's going on. There's nothing in there, and what we watched a video, I remember probably 2006 or so, and there's a girl named Carly Fleischman.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And she was typing, and it was like this very, very similar to how Odin was in his diagnosis. And she was typing things and telling why she stemmed, and that's before I even knew what stimming was. I just thought, oh, that's just what autism is. And that video changed the whole way we spoke to Odin. Like, oh my God, like we felt like so bad. Like me and my wife both apologized to Odin, and we said, man, we want to try our best for the rest of our life to include you in these conversations. I'm sorry that we didn't know what was going on. And from that day forward, you could tell there was that respect was there. And Odin, like, we'd ask him to do things, and sometimes he's like, take your dish. Can you take your plate to the sink? And he's like, well, I know you understand. He's like, and he goes over there and does it. But like, and so with that too, like we now that he's an adult, of course, we want to give him as much space and freedom of independence as possible. Yeah. And while still, being able him to be safe and everything. And so like he went to school until he was 18, and then there was a day program that went from 18 to he aged out of it at 22. But he loved having that independence, and we've always tried to find different ways for him, just because like no one wants to be with their mom and dad all the time, 24/7.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And
so that we have luckily we have a place that's about 30 or 40 minutes from here, and me and Dee, we can go out there and he can have hangouts. His brother Evan comes over with his wife, and they have the weekend together, and he just loves having a different frame of mind, like without having his parents there, and get to stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning, doing whatever they want to, making music. And so that's what we always want to honor, that independence and his freedom. It's like, I have known myself to be a helicopter parent, and that's just because of my childhood. I wasn't protected as a kid.
Yeah.
And I want to protect Odin, but also I have to remember he's a 22-year-old adult, and like have some space, and like I apologize a lot to him. He's like, okay, I get it, but he understands why I do it, and
my family is similar. Yeah. They I do kind of get a little bit on my parents a little bit, because but I know they're just trying to be protective, and they just
absolutely yeah.
So I feel you there. And I guess occasionally, as young adults, Claire and I, we'll try to get away with some things here every now and again.
as you should.
Yes, as we should, for sure. Stay rebellious, man. Yeah. So I looked into your story about your childhood, and I gathered as much information as I could. And I definitely won't ask, about that too much, but it definitely sounds very traumatic and just very, very awful.
Yeah.
And the way that you were able to turn it around and create such an amazing environment for Odin is just amazing. I feel like, it's kind of similar in my family. There was a little bit of trauma in parts of my parents' side of the family as well. And I just feel like I'm the luckiest person in the world, with
that's cool,
surrounded by. And so it's amazing, but when it comes to chosen family, what would you say to those who haven't found their people, or who haven't, found their chosen family yet? Maybe even people who do actively try to go out of their way to meet other people, but they're still just not finding that connection with other people. I'm asking this kind of because I'm finding myself somewhat in that situation, but I know that there's a lot of people that are a lot worse off than.
No, yeah. I know that feeling of searching for someone that gets and accepts, and that you can call chosen family, that can be like kind of just like draining sometimes, because you're like, how there's so many people on the planet and no one understands me or whatever. And there's been so many seasons of that where you just feel so isolated, and you just feel like you just kind of, you feel alone. Like, our family has felt so alone in so many different seasons of our life. And I think the truest way that we call ourselves, we're the family that tries, and we just keep trying and keep trying to find that community. Like I said, the community we have now, they've only been in our life for a year, but they felt like they've been part of our life forever. Like we worked at a church for 8 years, and we had this community there, and then Odin got to the point where he didn't really care to go anymore. It was, when we worked there, he had to be there from 8 in the morning until like 12:30 or 1, and so that's draining on him, and we didn't think that was fair on him to keep doing that. And so I think when we left that, like, we felt we'd lose a lot of our community, because a lot of that chosen fam came from the church, whatever. And then, but yeah, my what I say is just keep trying. Don't settle. Never settle for, oh, it's good enough. Like these people in my life, they're good enough. Like, there are people that will. It's like music. There's something for everyone. Like, somebody might like Nickelback, and somebody might like Tupac or whatever. It's like that. It's like there's something for everyone, and I think there is I really do believe that there's community out there that will get you if you keep searching and keep trying, and even when it gets tough, like, just keep searching for that, because they're out there.
Yeah, I have to constantly remind myself of my successes in that realm. Prime example right here. I actively sought out Clara and her family, and I'm like, whoa, you guys are down here in Orange County. You guys have an exhibit in Laguna Beach. What on earth? And then I just went, and then I just walked up, and I just introduced myself. And now here we are doing this podcast, talking to some
so awesome,
absolutely wild people 2.5 years later. And we're going to each other's shows and exhibitions, and we're tight and we're homies. And it's like, it's the best thing. I have to constantly remind myself that, like,
it's beautiful.
I do have so many aspects of this here.
Yeah.
And I'm just so grateful.
That's where you guys are based, Laguna Beach.
We're in different parts of Orange County. I'm in South County.
Okay.
We're in Huntington Beach, so I'm in Lake Forest. Yeah. One of my chosen moms and dads, they live in a town called Laguna Niguel. Yeah,
so we go there.
Very close to Laguna Niguel. So
okay, yeah,
we go. Yeah, but it's all in Orange County.
Once a year. Okay, yeah,
amazing. Great. Oh my God, hit us up when you're down there.
Absolutely,
we would love to hang out. Absolutely. Okay.
Get some ice cream. Yep.
Yes. Absolutely. There are some great places. All right. But there are also some great questions that we haven't covered.
Deanda also brings her own creativity to the team as a poet, artist, and vocalist. Tell us how this expression has helped you to be a parent to Odin and partner to Tim.
Oh my gosh. So she
that was for her, right? But yeah.
Gotcha. She's the glue. Dee is the absolute glue to this family. Like, the crazy part is, like, I grew up without a father, and so, like, when I became a parent, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to watch what she does. I learned how to change diapers by watching what she does. I learned how to feed Odin and burp him, all the things, like that. I guess I became like a mother style father because of her. But it's really beautiful to be around her and to see our community like latch on to every word that she says, because she really is. She's a literature major, and also she was an English teacher for 8 years. So her words are very, very powerful and very, very pointed and meaningful. And so, like, I only made it to 7th grade in high school, and I don't know. Sometimes poetry just goes over my head. And when she writes poetry, it's so beautifully and simply written that I just start crying. I'm like, oh my God! Like, and it's like her expression, like, whether she's having like a hard day or a beautiful day, she can write something down, and I'm like, oh my God, like that. hits so beautifully, and it like changes my perspective on how I see things. And same with her music. She's been singing. She's been my favorite singer for 24 years or 25 years now. I met her in December of '99.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is a powerhouse. And when she gets on stage, like she's told me, I look at her and she looks at me, but no one else is in the room. And she goes to a place, and that also that power translates to Odin as well. Like if he's having a point in his day where he just can't be consoled, like just anxiety or whatever, she'll sing Hey Jude to him, and she's sang Hey Jude to him since he was 3 months old. And that the power of that, there's a distinct trigger in that invokes peace and like love, and it wraps a hug around with the vocals. And yeah, she is something else.
Yeah. I kind of feel that way toward my mom too, and I definitely think my mom is the glue that holds my family together. We had a dog for 16 years who just passed of old age, and so it was me, my mom, dad, and Darla. And my dad, me, and Darla were all like kind of like mentally unstable in different ways, but my mom was the only one who had her shit together. So it was like she was totally like, getting us. And she's also a teacher. She's a 4th grade teacher. So
nice.
So she does that. And yeah, she has that same sort of charm and energy as well.
Nice.
I feel that big time, and I relate to it big time. And I just, I love it. I love it so much. And yeah,
it's cool.
And poetry is awesome too, because I love, I love writing lyrics. And
yes.
I write all of my lyrics. I found are all songs that I write about my own experience and like trying to cope with the world around me. I definitely want to branch into other territories, but that's for another time.
That's beautiful, though, man. You write from your experience and your history, and it showcases as well its way very beautifully in your songs.
Oh, thank you.
I've been listening. Yeah, it's great.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Clara, do you ever feel like your paintings are inspired by poetry at all? No, they're just straight from the art. Yeah,
your paintings are amazing.
Yes, they're so good. They're so good. You know what's amazing? On the last episode last week, I wear ties frequently. It's kind of part of my brand. And
nice.
Clara painted me a tie.
Oh, rad. Okay, cool.
And she gave it to me last week, and I thought it was the coolest freaking thing ever. So now you owe me like all sorts of other articles of clothing. Sure. Just kidding.
Come on, Claire. Come on.
I'm just kidding. But
I want some too. So come on,
just send them all over. Yes, don't make any money anymore. Just just send everything your way. Do everything completely free of charge, because that's obviously how it works, right? Yeah, wrong.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I think I'm gonna gravitate a little bit more to the music side. Nerdy questions and whatnot. Our guest last week is a guy who has Daniel Catullo is a guy who has his own filmmaking and documentary making company that also specializes in concerts and
nice.
Filming like concert documentaries and stuff.
Oh,
so
rad.
Through
Okay.
him, Clara was able to meet Alicia Keys. And
yes, that video. Oh
yeah,
my God,
that classic
Clara.
video. You know the video. You obviously know the video.
Yes.
Now
I cried so much. That's so good.
It's Alicia.
She's one of our favorites.
Yeah, she's the best. I would love to meet her.
Yes.
So yeah.
Come on, Claire, hook it up. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Call her up.
Hook me up, please, with all these people.
Put her on the podcast.
Yes. Hey, I mean, you never know. Alicia, if you're watching this, we would love to have you. Maybe Daniel can put in a word for you guys.
Yes.
That would be the coolest thing in the world. You guys have had your fair share of meeting those celebrity musician videos too that are so amazing and so wholesome. I saw Casey Musgraves. I saw John Batiste. I saw Portugal the Man. I'm pretty sure there are some others too. You guys met like Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers at one point, right?
Yes.
You guys have met them all. How?
Yeah. So what I try to believe is that good energy will find good energy, just like how we are talking to you guys right now. Like I feel like it really is like a beautiful, like we never try to meet anybody, but I think it just like has always happened organically.
Yeah.
Like the Flea thing was a total accident. That was coming, like, Flea is awesome because that's coming from a place we were trying to get Odin tickets to the Chili Peppers show, and somebody had bought up all the handicap accessible seats and were reselling them for, like, I think it was like $1,000. And it's like, are you kidding me? And back when Twitter was still Twitter, I posted a screenshot of this, like just kind of complaining. Like, I don't try to complain a lot, but I was like, that's ridiculous. And I posted that, and then I wasn't about 5 minutes later, I got a follow from Flea, and then he's like, that's ridiculous. He sent me a message and said, that's ridiculous. Give me your email. We'll make sure that Odin has the experience of a lifetime. I was like, oh, okay. And that's how that kind of organically kind of came about. Like, Odin's always loved, the Chili Peppers, and they put him on the side stage, and Flea came over there, and he remembered that Snow was his favorite song, and came over there, did a solo for him. I was like, man, this is like, I was crying. I was trying to hold just trying to hold together.
I'd be too. And that's amazing because Flea, I have a direct connection to this. And because I have a good friend of mine who's a wheelchair user, and she lives in LA, and she goes to Flea's music school.
Oh, the Silver Lake.
Yeah. Silver Lake Academy. And so she, was part of like the effort to because they were going to move to a new building. And so then, she helped motivate Flea to be like, hey, let's make this totally accessible. So it's amazing to see that was how the Flea thing happened for you guys. It's amazing. It really shows that Flea is somebody who really gives a crap about accessibility for people, whether it's physical or not. I love it all so much. And for me, it's, it doesn't take the form of a wheelchair, or mobility aids, but it takes the form of like sensory wise stuff. And so there's organizations like Culture City and stuff like that. And, and Coldplay, who's like my all-time favorite band and biggest inspiration. Chris Martin responded to me on Idol. But they work with Culture City. And and when they invited me to the concert, I didn't get to meet Chris Martin, but they invited me to their concert at the Rose Bowl again. They had Culture City hook me up with everything. And it just was
that rules.
It was the experience of a lifetime. And so, yes, I think there is something to be said about, having it be organic. I dreamed of meeting Chris Martin, but there's nothing I can really do to try to meet Chris Martin except find myself in these kinds of situations.
Absolutely.
So how about, real quickly though, how about Casey Musgraves and John Batiste? Like, how did those happen?
Casey is, so when my wife was, I think, in high school still, so Casey her family lives in about 2 towns over from us.
Yeah.
And so my wife she's a theater major, so she was doing The Wizard of Oz.
So was my mom. This is crazy.
And so with Casey's Nana saw The Wizard of Oz, she goes, oh my God, I gotta see if she will do like voice lessons or performance lessons for you. And Casey's a little kid, and so she asked Nana asked my wife, if she would do performance lessons. So she started giving private lessons for Casey when she was probably, I don't know, 10 or 11-ish or so. And we've just kind of kept in contact with her family and with Casey over the years. And Case knew that, been friends all these years, but Case knew that Odin had a seizure recently. And we were scared to go to concerts and all that. So she wrote down her set list, and she told us every song that would possibly have strobe lights, just in case.
Yeah.
And so because that was Odin's first comeback after he had a seizure in July. And so that was one of the sweetest, kindest things. Like, she didn't have to do that. She didn't have to invite us or whatever, but she wanted to have a beautiful experience. And he really did. That concert for us was more meaningful than most of them, just because we've known Casey most of our life, and then having Odin be able to have an experience where he felt safe and that we felt safe taking him to, and then her sweet interaction with him afterwards was just, she is the kind human that you hope her to be. She's always been the same kind human since she was a little kid that she is now. She's a beautiful human.
That is so amazing to hear. I love when celebrities are kind and give a crap. And that was my experience on American Idol. all of the judges.
Yes.
Everybody was so lovely.
That's cool.
But Lionel Richie had a real special place in my heart. Like,
Mm,
it was just,
yes.
he just absolutely emanated that
Beautiful.
goodness. It's pretty amazing. Meeting some
Love
people.
that.
I got to meet it. Sorry. I don't know if you saw that, but I turned to Clara and then I freaked her out for a second.
Oh my
So
gosh.
sorry about that. I was just gonna say, well, that's no longer as effective now because that funny thing happened. But I was gonna say, I met a celebrity recently, and her name is Clara Woods. But it seems like she freaked out over me. But yeah, oh my god, sorry about that. How you doing? How you doing? What's wrong? I apologize if that was not cool. No, it's not that? Okay. All right, take all the time you need. Take all the time you need. It was the seizure. Okay.
And I said, and she has that no seizure to Barbie. And it's a new thing that she doesn't have love. She doesn't have for a long time with the seizure. So it and doesn't affect a lot. And she said it's not standards and yeah, it's really fast.
Yeah.
He said the gene today, right? I think you just need to pick out that.
Yeah, that's scary stuff. I'm so sorry.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Claire.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
But yeah, it says nothing about you at your core. It just can be scary stuff, and it's definitely something that we can figure out, get through.
Yeah.
Easily. I mean, today's been pretty good so far. I've been like humiliating you this whole time. Just kidding.
And this also said it's not one like because it's not effective on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Changing some medication, so yeah, I will get.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a scary thing, yeah. But also, you have a beautiful family around you, and people that believe in you, and will be there for you at all times. Like that's what we try to be for Odin as well. So we got you.
Yeah, we got you, and that's also the catchphrase in the Frost family is the "I got you, we got you."
Yes,
we got you. Yeah,
I got you, Clara.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also just it's okay. Also, is it okay if are you cool if we share that, or should we give you time to figure out if you want to share that? Because we can also cut this whole part out if necessary. No? You're good? Are you sure? Okay. See, we're similar in that way because I had a meltdown on Idol and they aired it. And a big part of my whole story was I mean, I'm trying to attribute this to you, but a big part of that was the fact that I couldn't find a duet partner, and so I had a very public meltdown, and so but I was at that point I was going full blown transparency. These are real human things and human emotions, human experiences that we share, and so I'm glad we're both self-actualized enough to.
I think it's beautiful. Yeah, I really do. I think that more people I think that talking about that, I think Odin, the way he does not care who's around, he's going to express exactly how he feels. Usually typical people, they'll, we hide things or we try to bottle it up. Yeah. That helps us to be we should be more expressive and open in our emotions as well. It's we are all human and we all have these emotions. We should be able to express them freely without feeling, shamed or anything like that.
Absolutely. For me, it's interesting because as someone who was diagnosed as very, very, very early in my life, and someone who, you know, had like very, very overt symptoms and didn't know how to quote unquote mask and couldn't reference other people to mask, but now is someone who can pass as neurotypical and masks a lot more. It's definitely something I have an interesting relationship with. I'm trying to figure that out. And a lot of the things I mask are, you know, my feelings and how I portray my feelings and stuff. So yeah, we're letting it out. We're being emotional. We're good. And
I think that's beautiful too. Like you both have art to be able to express. Sometimes when you mask so much, it's like, no, I don't want to mask. I want to write a song about this. I don't want to mask anymore. I want to make a painting about this.
Story of my life. Oh my God. I've been writing so much lately because I've just been in the fields for like so many different things. So
That's awesome.
It's the best. It's the self-expression. It's the
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way it should be.
Anyways, we can totally divert the subject now. We were just in our fields for a moment, but no.
Please be there.
All right, cool. Whose turn was it? We totally lost track of whose turn it was. I think you've got a couple more though. You should share some.
One of the things, among many, that Odin offers is a joy bringer. Tell us about some of the ways Odin brings joy to your lives and the lives of others.
Joy, yes, that is. We call Odin the ultimate joy bringer. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have a hard moment in every single day, but he cares about the things that truly matter. And when he's out in public, like I say, he lets out whatever he wants to. Like he stems, and if he's happy about something, he expresses it. And what I think is beautiful is that the people who are accepting, who are open to receive that, the joy from Odin, you can see it like in strangers and his friends and whoever. It comes back and they smile back or whatever. And then there's just like this energy exchange that you can feel. And I say Odin also, he's the biggest empath that I know. And there's been so many moments where if we're upset or if, he can feel our emotions, even if we're not saying that we're upset about something, he can feel it and he'll come up to you and he'll make a funny joke or make a fart sound or something. He just funny stuff to try to take us out of it. He goes, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, like, thanks for asking." And I think it's really beautiful to see other people. Like as a parent, I could just dote on Odin all day long and brag on him. But seeing it from people who are not his parent and who sometimes don't even know him, they say, they'll say things to us like, "Man, I was having a really bad day," and Odin's joy, like Odin his smile just brought something out of me, and I changed my attitude. My perspective changed when I heard what Odin had to say, and I'm like, there's something to that, that unabashed letting out of emotions. It's really contagious. Like joy, when you smile at somebody else, and they like, it really is like it's like scientifically proven that it's like it can be contagious. Like if you start laughing and somebody else starts laughing, like, oh yeah, like
sure.
Odin does that his entire life, and it's really, really beautiful to see.
So we feed off of each other's energy. It's what it's all about. I try to be that way as much as possible. And even if I found that even if like I'm laughing or finding so much joy in something that like the other person does not give a crap about, like I could be like, absolutely nerding out about music theory and I could be just so into it and getting so much joy, but someone will respond to me, "Bro, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I love your energy."
Yes, exactly.
So, and I'm like, hey, I mean, as long as we can exchange that, then that's pretty good.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
The human experience.
You got any more burning questions or should we finish it? Okay. I think we got a couple more.
How is the relationship with your family? And how they deal with the disability of Odin?
Like my chosen family, is that what you mean? Or like
chosen family, right? or just anybody that has had the
family in jail.
Yeah.
We are very, very lucky, or if lucky is even the right word. We're very grateful in that sense, because anyone that we call family may not fully understand like what we go through on a day to day, but they get it to a point where they always have tried to include Odin. For years that's why when I say we were searching for family, we had friends who would go to like the movies or go out to eat, and they would ask us a few times to go out with us, like for us to go out with them, and they realized that we couldn't, and so they just stopped asking. And so that is where like the isolation part came.
Yeah.
But with chosen family that truly understands, like they always try to make a way. Like I see. I see it when I go to the coffee shop, something like Odin, he does have a lot of joy, but also there's times, you get it when he's very, very anxious, he's like, he'll get to the coffee shop and he'll just kind of like go back and forth and kind of start getting anxious. If almost every single time we've been, because it's a local coffee shop, almost every time we go, we see somebody that we know that's chosen fam. Yeah. They'll get out of their seat to kind of like, address Odin and be like, "What's up, man? Like, are you feeling anxious? You want to walk to the car with me while your dad gets his coffee? Like, what do you like?" And I see it so many times on the daily, and it's one of the beautiful parts of living in a small community with chosen family. There's a lot of acceptance, and there's still like people who are ignorant and stare and do kind of mean things, but we've learned to ignore. Like, if we can't educate in kindness, we ignore. And just let that negativity fall into the void and focus on the beautiful inclusion of the family around us. So,
yeah, my phone screensaver says "pour love into everything you do," and I think that is huge. You can't fight the hate with more hate. Or
absolutely.
You have to throw love in there. You have to respond with love. You have to. That's the way to go. That is my value, big time in my life. And I value kindness.
Cool.
So yeah, no, that resonates huge with me. And I think it's so inspiring to so many other people as well. I mean, hundreds of thousands that follow you guys. It's not just like, oh, it's a family. Oh, and they have a child with a disability. No, there's something fundamentally different about you guys. There's something fundamentally different about just the true kindness and the true respect that happens there. And that's what I love to see. So
that's a beautiful compliment. Thank you.
Of course, Matt. Of course. All right. Well, we will ask one final question.
The answer is no. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, you better be, because the question is, does inclusion matter? The question was, why does inclusion matter? Why does inclusion matter to you ultimately? Because that's the name of our podcast. So.
Absolutely. Inclusion matters to me because it's having so many years of seeing Odin not included in things. It's like, it's ingrained something in my brain. Like, this isn't how it should be. I mean, Odin is just one person with disabilities among millions. And even if something is like, we'll sometimes go to like antique stores or something, and Odin sometimes uses a wheelchair, and so we push him around, and he can't get to the certain parts of the store, or if we're going down the sidewalk downtown and the sidewalk just stops. Like, what do we do? It's like, I feel like inclusion matters in all forms, because we all deserve to have the same experiences as everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like life is full of really, really beautiful things, and it shouldn't be limited to someone just because of a disability, or because they can't walk, or they can't, visually see it the way other people do, or experience. Like, the earth was made for us to enjoy the beauty of it. And that's what my main thing is. I want Odin to know not only is he included, but he's accepted and welcomed in any space that he goes.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about. I love it. Love to hear it. I love to hear everything. I love getting to know you and your family, and I loved hearing about your values, hearing about music, hearing about all the amazing opportunities you guys have, all of just everything. It's such a joy. It is such a joy. And I really, really, really loved chatting with you guys.
Same.
And It's been real. Till then.
Yes. Now I want to see y'all's faces again. Like I'm just seeing my face.
Oh, yes, that's right. Okay, well, we'll figure out a system, but you will see our faces in no time. Folks, thank you so much for joining us on the Inclusion Matters podcast, episode 4. Stay tuned for who we've got next week.
Yes. It's so awesome.
We got you.
I'm gonna see.
All right, take care.
I'm gonna see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm in there.
Yeah, no, see if they're around. We'd love to say hi.
I don't know if they left or not.
No, we're here. He didn't want to come in there. Hello.
Hi there. Hi, nice to meet you.
So it's like we can't see their faces.
I know I can't see you. All I see is my dumb face.
Oh well, you will. you will see us in no time.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, different angles. Okay, hey.
Hi, Clara. I love you.
We love you guys.
Aiden, I watched your American Idol before the interview, and you brought us to tears.
It's so good.
I'm so glad. I'm so honored. It was a fun experience, and hearing about your guys' connection with Fritz's family is cool too. That's
wonderful.
I can't wait to see you guys in person.
Absolutely. Let's see how Odie's doing.
Hey, bud.
No pressure, bro.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Odin. Nice to meet you, man. We were talking about a lot of things. I hope you don't mind. We weren't trashing you, by the way. Just like
look at those folks. Look at her purple headphones. Isn't that cool? Yeah. I think it's that's those. What is that?
No, it's the speaker.
It's the AAC.
Yeah, it's the.
Oh, is that the speaker? Okay,
it's the speaker and the AAC.
Okay, I thought it was headphones. Like when I first looked at it. Okay, I see now.
We got our vibes going. Yeah. Odin, you make some great tunes, man. I got. You got to know. You got some great stuff in there. I listen to it. I still get the tunes you guys use in your background of the
yes.
You're going freaking full blown C. Okay, I'm not going to go down a music theory tangent.
You go down at any time you want, honey.
Okay. You're going C. But no, when you start on a minor key and then you go to the dominant, but the dominant is major, that's always nice. Like I'm wanting to do that all the time. It's the same one as Natural by Imagine Dragons. You go in D minor and then you go to A major.
Yes.
Go to the lowercase side, capital 5.
So the funny thing is there's a studio, like we go to a studio and the producer, he knows all the music theory and all that stuff, and like I don't know anything. And we have another project that we haven't released yet. We haven't really talked about. I've been working on it since 2009. Yeah. But I don't know anything, and he goes, "Okay, so this goes from one time signature to the next, and from the verse to the chorus, it doesn't make sense, but it works. I don't understand the words." I'm like, I don't know either, man. That's how it went.
I don't know. You do you, man. I also I taught music theory. Actually, I taught high school music theory at my old high school for the past 2 years. I was teaching while I was still on Idol, but I just left that job to pursue singer-songwriter stuff full time. So
dude,
we'll see.
I say keep that up. Man, that new song is badass. I mean, can I say that? It's badass. It is. It's cool.
Oh, I'm so glad. So
good. You're incredible. Both of y'all are just so talented with your artistry.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Hugely appreciate it, man. And thank you so much for having us. And we look forward to meeting you guys at some point. I'm gonna be in. I don't know if this part's getting recorded or not. We can cut this out later. But I'm playing Opening Bell Coffee in Dallas on Sunday, June 15th. I think that's Father's Day.
Okay.
And then I'm driving. I'm driving from there to Nashville.
Oh dang, that's a little trek.
Yeah, it's a little trek, but I think Tyler's on the way, so I'd love to.
Yeah, for sure.
Stop by. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, come on over, man. Get in the studio.
Of course.
Let's get in that studio.
All right. Anyway, appreciate you guys.
Thank y'all so
Take
much.
care of yourself. Catch some good Z's out, and you.
I love you, Clara. Nice to meet you.
Bye. Nice to meet you guys.
To see you.
Folks, it has been an absolute pleasure to talk with the Frost family. We go deep on a lot of things. We talk about so many things It's been absolutely amazing, absolutely incredible. We love you. Keep being great artists, expressing yourself, being artsy fartsy, meeting some cool people, finding your chosen family, you name it. You got this. Love you guys. Until the next episode. Cheers.